Hello my wonderful besties. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Tori if you're new. Welcome to a 24-hour readathon where we are reading a lot of YA fantasy. Now I'm going to be doing the timer method. I was just looking for my phone. I'm going to be doing the timer method for this 24-hour readathon because that way when I am taking breaks from reading and when I'm sleeping and things like that, I will stop the timer and we'll see how many books I can get through in 24 hours. So if you're excited for this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up and let's talk about my TBR. I am currently about 50 pages into The Bridge Kingdom by Danielle Jensen and I am loving this book. So this is an arranged marriage, like a forced marriage, enemies to lovers vibe. Our main character, Lara, is basically an assassin and she is infiltrating this kingdom. King Aaron, she is his bride, but she is out for blood. She's trying to murder this man and I'm here for it. The other books that I have on my TBR, I need to read Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Sue Lin Tan. This is, first of all, just such a gorgeous book, but I have had this book since it came out, I think in like January or February of this year, and I've heard that it is just one of my favorite YA fantasy reads. Like the writing style is so lyrical, descriptive, beautiful, and it is a very just lush, dreamy, evocative, heartfelt YA fantasy romance. So I need to read Daughter of the Moon Goddess. I have the audiobook for this one as well, so I think I'm going to be reading along with the audiobook. Then we have Twin Crowns, which is by the Catherines, Catherine Doyle and Catherine Weber. This is also a Fairy Loot edition and it is the most beautiful paperback that I've literally ever seen.
Like the audacity, I can't.
This is a story about two sisters, one crown. Princess Rose is heir to the throne of YA-athon, trained from birth to fear the witches that killed her parents. She will do anything to defend her kingdom. Then, stolen from the palace at birth, Ren Greenrock is the secret sister no one knows about. She plots to usurp the princess in order to protect the witches of Ortha, who raised her. I mean, okay. And this weekend we are also going to be decorating for Christmas. So with that, I'm going to get back to reading The Bridge Kingdom. Hello my friends, it is quite late. It is just after midnight. I was not expecting to listen to as much of Daughter of the Moon Goddess as I did, but I was able to read up to page 104, chapter 8. I'm obsessed with this. It's giving the same type of energy and the same type of YA fantasy as The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by Axio. Just very lighthearted, hopeful, young love, like blossoming love, and I think it is just so cute. So we're following our main character, Jin Ying, who was unaware that she was being hidden from the celestial emperor who exiled her mother for stealing the elixir of immortality from her father. When her magic flares, Jingyin's existence is discovered and she is forced to flee from her home on the moon in this gorgeous palace and go into kind of like more of the mortal realm, but there are other like immortal celestial beings now like where she is. And so she's trying to find her way and figure out how to act amongst these new people when all she's ever known is living with her mom. So she is currently training alongside the Emperor's son, Li Wei. She like entered into this competition and she got chosen to be his like scholarly buddy. He was just looking for a friend to like do his lessons with him and things like that. It has been so cute and so fun and I am absolutely loving this, but I need to go to bed now. So I have stopped my timer. Oh, I read for like an hour and a half. I didn't read too much more of The Bridge Kingdom, so I'm going to go to bed and I will catch up with y'all tomorrow. Hello my friends, I'm here with another official check-in from the 24-hour readathon. Ew, I hate myself. So I have been reading, let's see, for 4.5 hours. I am officially halfway through Daughter of the Moon Goddess. I have been listening to this audiobook all day. It is so exceptionally exquisite. I just cannot even put into words how much I'm loving this book. And I'm kicking myself for not reading this sooner. Like, why did I put this off for so long? No idea. No, it's really, really fun. So I also like how there's different parts to this book. So I'm currently in part 2. In this part, our main character, Xin Ying, is much more focused on being a bit more independent in her journey of self-discovery. So she is now this first archer in the Celestial Kingdom army. Like, yes, queen. And she is battling these creatures, and right now she is about to be battling these sea people, and she's really good at seeing the difference between what is the intention behind me doing this and also like what is the intention behind the enemy type thing. So she has a lot of empathy for everyone. She really just tries to make a point to understand everyone and their perspectives. It's just beautiful. Honestly, it's so beautiful. And the imagery in this book, it's like watching a movie. You can see everything. It is so descriptive, lush, and again, the imagery in this writing is perfection. So now I'm going to switch to The Bridge Kingdom again and see if I can get farther in. So last night I really didn't read any of this book. I am still on page 56, chapter 8, but I'm buddy reading this with my friend Sarah, so I need to read the next 50 pages. I think we're doing 50 pages a day. So I think I need to read to chapter 13. And I've started annotating this book because I'm loving it. I'm loving it so much. So I have tabs for I have thoughts, I have a tab for character traits and development, and then another for important scenes. And I'm going to need to add a tab to my little tab key. Those are my little tabs, my little tabaroos. And then I need to add one for like flirty moments, flirty cute moments, because this book is very flirty, very juicy, and it just jumps right into the action. Obsessed. So I will do a check-in hopefully before the end of tonight, if not first thing tomorrow, about The Bridge Kingdom. Hello my friends. We have 16 hours and 1 minute left. I'm hoping to get some good reading done today. So this morning actually, let's start with last night. Last night I read up to page 144 in The Bridge Kingdom, and if I weren't buddy reading this with one of my friends, I would finish this today. Like, I just want to binge read the rest of this book. This is giving very true enemies to lovers. To be fair, where I am in the book, they really haven't switched over to the lovers portion of that. They're still very much enemies. Our girl Lara is just scheming to assassinate this man, and I am living. Last night I ordered the second book in this duology. I have been annotating this. I have been screaming. There is the line, "Who did this to you?" And I was like, yes, queen, I'm obsessed. I'm so obsessed. I also really love Nana. So funny. A burly, snarky, prickly old woman, but she is like a healer amongst their community. She takes care of the other characters. She takes care of the other people in their society, but she's just so brutally honest, and she's gonna say whatever is on her mind, and it's hysterical. I love characters like that. So I love Nana. We were just introduced to her in the last section that I read. And I also really like how Laura and Aaron's relationship is developing. She's really doing a good job of playing the role of, I'm just a silly, afraid princess in a new land and I don't know what's going on, but then actually she's like a trained assassin. And it's just, it's impeccable. I'm so excited to get to the end of this book and then probably immediately start on the next book. Then I have just a couple updates for Daughter of the Moon Goddess. This morning when I took JMO for his walk, and also when I was making my breakfast, I was listening to it, and I am now 61% of the way through the book. I am really starting to hate Leeway. He's just giving me the ick, but I really love Wenxi. I am shipping Wenxi and Xingyan. Don't have my phone right next to me, but I believe we are more than halfway through this 24-hour readathon. Did I think it was gonna take me like 3 days to get through this 24-hour readathon? No, but I decided to start this readathon at like 6 o'clock at night on a Saturday evening, so it is what it is. But I am very happy with the progress that I made yesterday. I think I read for 7 hours. Last night I was able to read up to page 210 in the Bridge Kingdom. Absolutely obsessed. Like, I think that this is going to be a 4-star read for me. It's actually a slow burn, and I didn't think it was going to be because of some of the juicy scenes that we got in the beginning, but it's definitely a slower burn, and I am thoroughly enjoying that it's a slow burn because Lara from the beginning, I mean, none of this is, no spoilers, but she was literally brainwashed and tortured by her father and like her kingdom to hate Ithacanna and Aaron with everything in her being. And now that she's in Ithacanna and she's married to him and they're getting to know each other more and she's seeing a lot of behind the scenes in this kingdom, she's having an internal conflict because what she's seeing doesn't match what she was told growing up. The fact that it's such a slow burn, right? Like, I'm more than halfway in the book at this point and they haven't really succumbed to their feelings yet. To me, it makes it very, very believable. But I cannot wait for them to succumb to their feelings because it's going to be so epic. I literally cannot wait. And then Aaron is just such a soft boy. He's such a cinnamon roll and I love him so much. I cannot stinking wait for their first spicy scene, you know what I mean? Also, we get the "Who did this to you" line. We also get a one-bed trope. I am eating! The other update that I have, I am at 78% in Daughter of the Moon Goddess. I need to finish these books today because I need to know what happens. So Daughter of the Moon Goddess, the only other update that I have is I think that the subliminal message of Daughter of the Moon Goddess is just don't trust men. Like, the two men that she is dealing with have been so deceitful and they have their own motives and they just want to like use her, and it's not the vibe. It's not the vibe. Sis needs to just focus on herself and be a little independent moon goddess queen. You know what I mean? I love that there's dragons in that story. I love that so much. And I'm just really, really curious to see how it leaves off because I didn't realize that there was a second book, but now I really need to, honestly, on the to-do list today, I need to order that second book, which is kind of annoying because I should have ordered it at the same time that I ordered The Traitor Queen, which is the second book in the Bridge Kingdom series. I should have ordered them at the same time, but that's beside the point. I need to finish my coffee because I have a caffeine headache, and JMO and I are gonna go for our morning walk and listen to Daughter of the Moon Goddess. I just finished Daughter of the Moon Goddess, and I think I'm gonna give it 4 stars. I really, really enjoyed it. I was surprised at how tactical it was, like with a lot of the discussion about basically battles and like war. I don't know, for me it was a weird contrast with the overall like mood of the story. I wasn't expecting it to be that focused and like centralized on war topics, but regardless, I thought it was so beautiful. I loved the characters. I just loved it. I loved it so much. So yeah, I gave it 4 stars. What's interesting is I was expecting more of a, not necessarily a cliffhanger, but a lead or like a setup into the second book in the series or in the duology, and there really wasn't that. It came very, very full circle, and so I'm left a little bit confused as to what's even going to happen in the second book, like what topics it's going to cover, because like I said, everything was just very wrapped up at the end, so that's a little confusing to me. I think I might read the synopsis of the second book in the duology before I actually purchase it, because I would be very happy just reading Daughter of the Moon Goddess as a standalone. I feel like if you're gonna make it a duology, there has to be some setup or continuation of the story. So it might just be the same characters with a different situation, a whole different thing that they're dealing with. So I guess it just leaves me, like, I'm just a little bit confused. But for the remainder of today, I'm going to be focusing on the Bridge Kingdom. So before I pick another book that I'm going to dive into, I want to finish this. I'm very hopeful that if I just focus, I will be able to finish, because I only have this much left. I'm on page 210 out of, I think, 340 pages. What I'm gonna do is 30 minutes of reading and then 25 minutes of video editing, because I currently have this vlog and another vlog that I need to start the editing process on. I figured that's kind of a good way to balance reading, which I really wanna do, and editing, which I really need to do. So the shelves are Christmasified. I love them so much. Also, don't mind the pile of books that's up here. Those are the books that I'm selling on Pango. Check out my Pango. It is linked in the description box below. But yes, these are the shelves as you would have just seen. I really wanted to find a way to use these glitter snowflakes and also these little icicles, which I think are super cute. But oh my goodness, there's glitter everywhere. So I just had to wash my hands. I still need to go to Home Goods or maybe Target because this main room is Christmasified at this point, but but we need to Christmasify the bedroom a little bit more. All I have in there right now are the throw pillows, which you would have seen earlier. But I really want to get Christmas bedding because right now I just have like our normal bedding on there and I want it to be all Christmassy. But we're making Christmas progress. Y'all, I'm so excited for what I'm about to show you. Talk about Christmas. I just put in a Nespresso order because I had to restock my little Nespresso pods. And Nespresso does an advent calendar. So obviously I had to order it because how fun is that to wake up in the morning in December every morning and be able to open and try a new coffee. Sorry if you hear Jamal like coughing and playing with his toy in the background. So as I'm filming this vlog, it is still November, so I will not be doing my advent calendar in this vlog, but I will be in the upcoming vlogs. Wow. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. Let me know if you guys do advent calendars in the comments down below. Good morning, friendos. So we have 5 hours and 35 minutes left in our readathon. Did I think this was gonna take me like 4 days to complete? Absolutely not. But we're gonna finish this readathon today. I just spent the morning finishing The Bridge Kingdom and I gave this 5 stars. The romance was not the central focus of this plot. It was so tactical and war strategy oriented, and all of the dynamics between the kingdoms. They succumbed to their feelings, they expressed their feelings to each other, they started falling in love with each other, and then so much happens after the fact that now I'm like, what's gonna happen with their relationship? Like, what is even going to happen? And the way that it set up the second book, such a cliffhanger. Like, I cannot believe the suspense throughout this book. The way that Daniel Jensen used the weather, like they live on this, like the Bridge Kingdom is very islandy. Like it's really just a string of islands with a huge bridge connecting it. And so there's big storm seasons. And the way that she would use the storms during the battles, also during conflict between the characters to really build that suspense was incredible. Also, the battles are just so tense to begin with that you're literally on the edge of your seat. It was so gripping. And then also the wildlife on these islands was wild. If you do not like snakes, don't read this book. And also the shark scenes in this book, so tense. I don't think I've ever been so like tight, like just stressed reading a book and trying to figure out like, oh my gosh, what is even gonna happen? So yeah, gave this 5 stars, absolutely loved it. I think that the second book in the series is supposed to arrive on Monday, and you bet your bottom dollar I'm starting it right away. Now for what to start next. I'm a little bit torn because I really want to pick up either Twin Crowns or this Vicious Grace. I just know that I'm not gonna be able to finish either of those during this readathon, so it's not appealing. And I do like to be finishing the books and giving you guys my final thoughts. The other book that I have, but this one's tricky because I don't have the audiobook for this one, Belladonna by Adeline Grace. This is our Confused Queens book club pick for November, so I do need to read this. I think I'm gonna take a little bit. It's still morning. I'm going to make myself breakfast, drink some coffee. I need to just relax after finishing The Bridge Kingdom because that ending was so suspenseful. I feel like I'm so worked up. So I'm gonna take a little time, and then what I might do is like read a chapter of each of the 3 books and then just see which one is really capturing my eye at the moment. We have 2 hours and 15 minutes left of this 24-hour readathon. So we will be finishing this today, which I'm so excited about. So I ended up starting Belladonna. I'm currently 75 pages into it. I don't have really strong opinions about it so far, if I'm honest. I thought it was a little bit of a weird setup to begin with. Also, the fact that our main character, Signa, she can't die and she comes back to life like Thackeray Binks, and I don't have a lisp. It's spelt with a TH. From Hocus Pocus is just really funny. Like in the beginning of the book, the first chapter, she talks about how she like fell down the stairs one time and just snapped her little neck, and then her neck just like clink went back into place and she just like stood up and was fine. Okay, that's just really funny to me. Sis is like, no, I really just want to like get married and come out to society in this Regency era and like go to a cotillion and find a husband. it's just weird priorities, I think, for the main character at this point in time. She also sees ghosties everywhere and she's like, yeah, that's fine. Like, I want a husband. But I'm loving the creepy vibes of it so far. She just got to Thorn Grove, which is the huge palace manor that the Hawthorns live in. She's trying to figure out all of the family dynamics and what's even going on. To be fair, with this book, it is following the Bridge Kingdom, which obviously you guys know I just finished and I literally loved it so much. So I feel like it's really difficult for any book that you read after a book that you were like obsessed with to even compete, because like your expectations are so high from that last book. So I'm trying to put my judgment aside and just be along for the ride with no expectations for this book. Okay, my friends, I finished volume 3 of The Promised Neverland, and I'm not gonna lie, I kept my timer running and I watched quite a few TikToks. But with that is the end of this 24-hour readathon. So just a quick recap of everything that we read. Daughter of the Moon Goddess, 4 stars, stunning. Bridge Kingdom, breathtaking, 5 stars. The first 80 pages of Belladonna, question mark, because we're really not sure how we're feeling about that one. And then Promised Neverland, I haven't been rating these mangas, even though I do like them. I find it very difficult to rate volumes of manga because each volume is not a complete story with a like exposition, climbing action, climax, falling action, conclusion. They're all just a straight continuation of a story. And so I find it very difficult to rate them. So I'm not going to give Promised Neverland Volume 3 an official rating, but it's getting so tense, so juicy. This is so dark. If you're looking for a really good horror manga, this is exceptional. The art style and the drawings are absolutely impeccable because it makes the children look so cherubic, like cherubs, like innocence and purity, and then the adults are drawn so creepy. So if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. I hope you have the happiest of holidays, and happy Bookmas, everyone.